Today we are going to illustrate Deming's red bead experiment. So we are going to pretend we all work for the white bead company. I'm the president of the company and you are my willing workers. In fact, we have 6 willing workers. We have 2 inspectors and we have 1 chief inspector. At this time, would you please put your name tag on so we know who you are? All right. In my company, we produce white beads that I sell all over the world. Quality is very important to me. So I'm going to explain to you now what a default product is, a faulty product is. You can see here, I have produced some beads. Some of them are white, some of them are red. The white beads are good product that I can sell, and the red beads are defective products where I don't make any money from. So I want you all, when I get you trained in a minute, to only produce white beads. I don't want to see any red beads. I'm going to go over the procedure with you of how to produce our product. First, we will mix the raw material 5 times. Not 4, not 6, but 5 times. Then we will take this paddle and insert it into the bead mixture. And then at approximately 44-degree angle, we are going to pull out the beads. So I'm going to demonstrate. In fact, so you guys can get a better look, would you please gather around the production area? Let's gather around here. Chief Inspector, I will need you on the board over there. Where are my inspectors? They have to stand like right around here. Inspector 1 and Inspector 2. And then my willing workers, I would like to have around here. All right. I'm going to demonstrate how to do this. You have the pedal upside down. You go 1, 2, 3 to mix it. You turn it over and you scoop in it, level it out, pull it out. And then I have Inspector 1. Inspector 1.
Yes.
You count the defects.
10.
Reporting to the Chief Inspector, who will write them down in green in the top small box. To the left. Yeah, just like write it in small numbers. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to take Inspector number 2. Count the numbers, the defects.
11.
We have a discrepancy. And then you write the average over here in black, which would be 10.5. All right? Are there any questions? Do you feel like you're trained properly?
Yeah.
All right, then let's start production. By the way, once production starts, there will be no more talking, no more questioning, no goofing around. We're going to be serious. We're going to make me some money. So now is your last chance to ask questions. Yes?
You said to mix it 5 times?
You only did
board
it 3
said-
times.
Good catch. Yes, we're going to mix it 5 times. I'm going to demonstrate again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chief Inspector 1, Inspector 1. Chop, chop.
12.
All right.
12.
And then you would write it down. Okay. For now, you can erase that because we're going to. That was a practice round. We're going to start with real production now. Worker number 1. Where are you? Let's do it. Five times. Turn it over. Six defects. Oh my gosh. Did you not pay any attention? Worker number 1. pay close attention. Since you produced me defects that I can't sell, I better train everybody again. So let's do some more training. So everybody pay really close attention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You scoop, you pull out, and you have created your batch of parts. Worker number 2, I hope you're going to do better than worker number 1. If there's an empty spot, that's counted as a defect.
9.
Oh my God! My inspectors need better training. So I'm going to demonstrate again. The money I spent on training, but surely it will pay off. So everybody, really pay close attention to what I'm doing so you get this right the next time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then inspectors, you only count the red parts. Worker number 3.
Come on, you can do it.
People still don't get it. What's wrong? I'm going to have one last training session. Please, don't talk to your neighbor. Be present mentally. Pay close attention to what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have created your batch of parts. Worker number 4. Let's see if you can do any better. God. Have you no compassion for quality? Did you not pay attention? Worker number 5, where are you? Worker number 6. All right, first day has been completed. I'm not very happy with the results. In fact, let's see on average how many defects we had. Here, inspector number 2, can you figure this out real quick?
9.17.
So that's a 9. So on average we had 9 defects on day 1. It's pretty bad. I'm going to go home and read my management book to see if I can improve upon this tomorrow. So now it's the second day. I read my management book and I came in really early and I put up all those quality banners. Can you see them? They're everywhere. Quality is number 1. Quality first. I even had some buttons made for everybody. It says, quality is important to me. Surely that will get your attitudes in the right place. And surely today we'll have a better job. So worker number 1, look at the banners and go do your job. Worker 2. Worker 1. Didn't you see the banners? Didn't it make sense to you? Surely worker number 2 is going to do a better job. Worker 3. Maybe I should have made the banners bigger or more colorful. Ay, ay, ay. Still red. I don't get money for red. Worker number 4.
Good job.
Ay, ay, ay. Next. My workers' attitudes seem to be lacking. Don't you all want to do a good job? Well, I guess it's better than the last person. All right, I better go home and read some more in my management books. Let's see, what was the average for day 2? Eight. All right. Oh, yeah, I must be a good manager. We improved by 1. I'm so good. All right, 3rd day. I did some more reading. And if you guys do good today, we're going to have a pizza party. And we're going to call it the quality party. And it's going to be great. So surely that will motivate you to do well. You're going to have pizza if you do well. So worker number 1, let's go.
Pizza, pizza.
All right, all right. Maybe a slight improvement already. I'm such a good manager.
Operators already know that it's the process, and so their positive incentive is just a mockery, basically.
So if this day is better, you want pizza.
Oh no.
Oh, this time.
Ay, 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 we're going the wrong way. Workers, remember, pizza, if you do well.
He's not hungry.
Ay, 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 ay.
11.
I think Inspector 1 needs some glasses.
Oh, they're in my bag.
Nine. Your glasses.
All right, let's see what the average is for day 3.
Eight.
All right, thank you. Well, to look at a performance like this, surely my wonderful management theories haven't worked so far. Training didn't do any good for you. Putting up the banners all over the place didn't do any good. Promising you pizza didn't do any good. I tell you what, if you don't do better tomorrow, you're going to be fired.
I quit.
Let's see if that will work. So, worker number 1, let's do it.
No pressure. You let Candy come on.
I'm such a good manager. That seemed to have worked a little bit at least. Nice. Next, please. Ay, 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 ay.
10. Worker 4, man.
He cannot get a break.
You're fired.
Steven?
Eight. I think we need to find a customer for the red beads. 6. 7.6.
All right. Round that up to 8, please. Yeah, you guys are all fired. All right. Stay up here, though, because we're going to discuss this exercise. I would like, Stephen, can you calculate the averages per row, too, please?
I would just like to say that I had at least some variance. I want to keep somebody. Averages per. Oh, this.
Yeah, I want to know the average per worker. So can you entitle the last column where it says all 4, put the average above, please?
You want to round up the whole numbers?
Yeah.
7 is the first one. 7. 8. Who's on for 4? 9. 11. Nine. 8. 8.
All right. Thank you very much, Chief Inspector. Let's talk about it. What impressions do you have? What comments? What do you think this was about?
Everything the management was trying to do was to focus on the operators when the process itself was damaged. There was no evaluation of the process itself.
Very good. What was management trying to do to improve this process? What did they do first?
Attitude, pride.
What was the first thing? Train.
Training.
So I trained you repeatedly in the same method. Did that do any good?
No.
Okay, what was the second thing? The banners. So raising the awareness of the whole employee population to tell them quality is really important. Did that do any good? What was number 3?
Pizza.
Promises. Yeah. Did that do anything? And then what was the last one? Threats. Didn't do any good either. And you hit the nail right on the head. Why did it not produce results?
Because the process is broken.
Yeah, we did not focus on the process. So it happens all too often where goals are thrown out to production people without giving them the tools to really and authority to improve the processes. So that was one thing we wanted to learn. You really have to focus on the process. The only way we're going to get an improvement is if we fundamentally change the process. Now, let's take a look at the data over here. We have, what comes to mind when you look at the data?
About the same.
Okay. You mean like overall the averages is,
Yeah.
it's really weirdly
Consistent.
consistent, which is kind of really weird because we have on day 1 we have all the way from 6 to 11, we have 6, 10, 9, 11, so we have variation. Overall average was 9. Here we have a variation 6, 8, 10, but it averaged out to 8. Again, a lot of variation all the way from 3 to 11, averaged out to 8. So, what do you think I'm trying to show?
There was no improvement in any of those throughout the whole time. They were telling us.
That's true. There's no improvement. There's, you know.
Short-term
There's
improvement.
probably a way to use some type of statistical evaluation to reduce the number of defects, right?
If we could do that, if we could fundamentally change the process, but I want you to refocus on the numbers.
The data shows that whatever was implemented did not help.
Okay, and what does the data show? It's really elementary. Remember the last class period we talked about variation. If you have to describe variation, what would you say? Like if you have to describe the variation with 2 words, how would you put it?
Similar.
Variation exists. How about that? It's always going to be there. Now, there is about, well, there's supposed to be about 20% of red beads. I think I've lost some red beads in the meantime, but there's a certain amount of red beads in there. So, you would expect always to get exactly maybe 8 red beads in there because they're randomly distributed, we mix them up really good, but instead we get 6, 10, 9, 11, so we will get variation. So variation exists in our system that has not been changed. However, once we start summarizing the variation and start calculating averages, it becomes really stable and predictable. One more thing I want you to realize as we look at this data. Like here, for example, one inspector said 9, one said 11. Here, one said 12, one said 10. What does that re-emphasize? Something we also talked about last time.
Inspection isn't 100%.
Yeah, inspection doesn't work. You cannot inspect quality into a process. I mean, how simple is it? Count the red beads and still we got it wrong sometimes. So inspection doesn't work. So let's take a look at whether we hit on everything I wanted you to hit on. So we know variation exists. It can be predicted if the system doesn't change. We did not change that system or process. So yes, our variation is predictable. It hovers around 9 or 8. All the variation in the production of the red beads and the variation from day to day of any willing worker came entirely from the process itself. It didn't come from the workers, it came from the process. And numerical goals are often meaningless. They only have meaning if you apply the resources to achieve them. And management is responsible for the system. Thank you very much.